Hi, I'm Antonio Mora. Tennis is the cruelest of sports, never more so than on center court at Wimbledon when two of the greatest men to play the game faced each other in a marathon match that history will record as one of the most dramatic ever. For almost 5 hours, Roger Federer played the better match, but it was Novak Djokovic who claimed the crucial points that secured him his 5th Wimbledon title. Tennis is not only cruel, it is lonely. Despite tens of millions of people watching on television and 15,000 sitting steps away, Federer and Djokovic were on their own. No coaches, no teammates, no caddies to advise them, just the two players dressed in white and isolated in a sea of grass, fighting a brutal battle not only against their opponent, but also physical and mental fatigue. Andre Agassi wrote that tennis uses the language of life: advantage, service, fault, break, love. The basic elements of tennis are those of everyday existence because every match is a life in miniature. Even more than life, tennis forces you to deal with failure. 128 players qualified for the main draw at Wimbledon. 127 lost. Like life and the sea, the championship match ebbed and flowed from joy to sadness, highs to lows, hope to despair, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, with both players at different times seeming to be the certain victor. Those fortunate to have seats to witness the classic match overwhelmingly rooted for Federer, the most beloved player ever. Author David Foster Wallace wrote one of the best-known essays on tennis, titling it Roger Federer as Religious Experience. Federer's faithful worshipped at the center court altar, the site of his greatest victories, exploding with excitement when their hero seemed on the verge of making history yet again. But Djokovic broke their hearts, fighting off match points when Federer's serve, one of the most effective of all time, failed to seal the match at 8-7 in the decisive 5th and final set. And so it continued all the way to 12-12, when history stepped in to put an end to the longest championship match ever played. For the first time ever, a new Wimbledon rule demanded the battle be decided by a tiebreak. And tiebreaks were Djokovic's friend, needing them to take all his 3 sets. In fact, Federer won more games, 3% more points, broke serve more often, and hit more winners than Djokovic. Still, he lost, because tennis is cruel, a sort of electoral college of sports. As in a U.S. election, what matters is where you win those points, and Djokovic managed to do it where they mattered most. Federer made 11 unforced errors in the tiebreaks, Djokovic made none. Tennis has also been cruel to the 3 men who could claim to be the greatest of all time because they have had overlapping careers. Despite that, and in further evidence of their greatness, Federer, Djokovic, and Rafael Nadal has still claimed more majors than any other player before them. Only 8 have managed the career Grand Slam, and just 4 of them, the big 3 and Andre Agassi, have done so on 3 different surfaces. Tennis fans today are privileged to be seeing the greatest grass court player ever in Federer, the greatest clay court player in Nadal, and possibly the greatest hard court player in Djokovic. Can you imagine how many majors each would have won without the others? Of course, we'll never know. They may have made each other even greater as they continue to do what few did before them, conquering major tournaments well into their 30s. Tennis is especially cruel to Djokovic, who may win everything, but knows he will not win the hearts of tennis fans as long as Federer and Nadal are on the court with him. In tennis, failure is the rule, success the exception. It demands speed, strength, agility, and the mind of a chess master as it exhausts the body and spirit of the lonely gladiators. Tennis is the cruelest sport, but for all those reasons, it is also the greatest.